everyone. This is Sherry, and this particular class is a 30-minute Vinyasa flow class. I'll be integrating it throughout the class, classic poses to open up the hips, to open up the shoulders, twisting a bit, and also including some balance poses. I love balance poses because they give us immediate feedback as to where our mind is at. When we are in a place of stillness and feeling calm and relaxed, it'll show up in a particular balance pose as us being calm, relaxed, and balanced. Versus if you are scattered, if you are anxious, looking ahead, your thoughts are in a different place than in the present moment, it'll show up in that balance pose as instability. So I believe that these classic poses and balance poses are a great way to ground and center ourselves, especially when we need it the most. So we will begin in child's pose. You can place a blanket. If you are tight in the hips and in the knees, etc., a blanket right up above the calves is a nice way to begin. You can sink back into the hips. You can also just start an easy seated position if that is better for you to feel more comfortable. So wherever you're at, we close the eyes. If you're in child's pose, just rest your forehead right onto your mat. Okay. Use gravity to allow you to sink and feel your body on the mat. Settle into a natural breath versus trying to control your breath first thing. Just notice the quality, the length of the breath. Fill the belly with the inhale, full exhales. Now that you've noticed your breath, can you start to increase the length of the breath and the expansiveness of the breath? So particularly if you're in child's pose, you can really feel the breath going into your back body and the rib cage. Just release your stomach muscles. Let's do another 2 rounds of breath. You might even decide to do the ujjayi breath, which is that sound that you make when the breath draws into the back of the mouth and the back of the throat. Okay, one more exhale. You can release out the mouth, release tension. Rise on up to your hands and knees. I'll place the blanket off to the side for now. And come into a tabletop position. Engage the core just by lifting up the lower belly, and shoulders are stacked above the wrists. We have our knees below the hips. Begin a cow and a cat. Inhale, lift the chest, belly melts. We will open up the collarbones, draw the shoulder heads back. Exhale, round into your back, into a cat. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, round into the back. Okay. This time, inhale, come up, look forward into your cow pose, belly is melting. Round into your back into a cat. We'll pass by and through into a child's pose. Reach forward a lot with your hands. Stretch into the shoulders, into the backs of the arms. Inhale, rise back up into your cow. Lift the chest, belly melts. Round into the back. You can already begin to sink back into your child's pose as you pass by your cat. Inhale, rise on up. We'll do that one more time, just stretching. This is feel-good movement. It feels good to move in a different way. Please do. Maybe you're rolling your rib cage, swaying your hips. You just move the body. The more movement you can give to the body, more unnecessary energy we can release out. Okay, so we'll begin to curl the toes, lift the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. So come into your down dog and move around here as well. Pedal the heels as if you're walking. Good. Root into your hands and pump your chest back towards your thighs a little bit. So again, stretching, moving as it feels good in your body. Continue to check back in with that breath. Find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Soften into the backs of the knees. Hips are lifting up and back just slightly. You'll feel that length through the torso, the sides of the arms, all the way down into the hands. Inhale forward into plank pose. Okay, a strong plank will start to build some heat in our plank, engaging the core. Lifting the lower belly up slightly, the rib cage is drawing into the body. Okay, find length all the way from the crown of your head through your heels for another 3. Last one. Lower onto your knees, come all the way onto your belly. Tops of the feet will be on top of your mat. Keep your hands next to your chest. We'll be lifting into a cobra and hovering the hands only. Inhale, lift up, hover the hands, root into the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift back up for that cobra. Lift, hover hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Exhale, release, relax down. One more, inhale. Exhale, lower back down. Curl your toes. Push up into plank, knee plank or full. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths. Again, that lifting feeling of the lower belly into the hips. Good. You are soft in the backs of the knees, but you can also stretch into the backs of the legs, remaining soft there. Bend your knees, look to your hands, step the feet up to the hands. Inhale, come to a half lift. Exhale, fold in. Pause here. Release the head and neck. Take hold of your opposite elbows and sway back and forth. Release the hands down. Inhale, half lift. Place your hands on your shins. Exhale, lower down. Uttanasana. Root into the feet. Soften the legs. Inhale, rise on up to stand. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reaching arms up overhead. Take hold of your left wrist. Side bend over to your right. We're lifting up and out of the left rib cage. You can even rotate the torso up as you look up at the ceiling. Inhale, come back on up. Grab hold of your right wrist. Side bend over to the left. You can rotate a bit upwards towards the ceiling. Inhale, release the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Take a big step back with your left leg into a low lunge. See that your ankle is below your knee. We'll lower the knee here, so if you like a blanket underneath the knee, just take it right under that left knee. Rise on up, Vinyasa. This is our knee lunge. We're stretching into the left hip flexor. You can move here just a little bit, just noticing the front of the left thigh, up into that hip. Release the hands down, straighten into your right leg for a runner stretch. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Good, let your upper body just fold in. The work is happening in the back of the right leg. Come back forward, lunge into your right knee, plant your left hand. Place your right hand on your right knee. We'll twist to open to the right. Elongate the spine. So we're lengthening the spine as we rotate to the right, looking upwards. Exhale, release down. We'll lift up that back knee, step the feet together to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, look up halfway. Take a big step back with your right leg this time. Lower onto the right knee and rise up for Vinyasa. We'll take a moment and get length into your right hip flexor, into the pelvis. Release the hands down. Lengthen the left leg this time. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, forward fold. You can see I'm relaxing my upper body as much as I can. My shoulders are draping downwards. Come back on up. Bend into your left knee. Plant your right hand. Turn and twist to your left. Lift up and elongate the spine. Turn and rotate to your left. Exhale into the twist. Come back, look ahead. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Move the blanket out of the way. Inhale, rise on up. Palms together, then to heart center. Tadasana, arms along the side. Our intention here is to create balance, stability, grace, and calm. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Step back to plank pose. Stay for one breath. Again, lower belly is lifting, strong core. Shift the weight forward slightly. As you come down, come all the way to the belly. Hug the elbows to the sides of the rib cage. Come down, tops of the feet will point here. Hands will be on the mat next to your chest. Inhale, lift for cobra. Really open up the chest. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Push up to plank or knee plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg and back. Bend your right knee, open, bend, and stretch. You can even circle your ankle here. Just make sure you're lifting your right knee up and look up and under the right arm. That helps to lengthen through the right side. Straighten back into your right leg, level the hip down, step your right foot up between the hands. Rise up slowly. Reach the arms backwards. We're only lifting the belly off of the front thigh. Good. Lift, that left leg is straightening so it's strong behind you for stability. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Okay, sink in nice and low. The more you lunge in, the more heat you're generating, the more strength you're building into the right quadricep, the right thigh. That back leg is still straightened and strong for that stability. Exhale, release your left hand down to your mat. Turn and twist to the right. Right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. And as you reach up, can you lean back and open the heart even more? Release the hand down, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg and back. Bend your left knee, open, bend, and stretch. Look up and under the left arm. Circle the left ankle a bit. Straighten back into your left leg. Step your left foot up between the hands. Low lunge, finding stability in your legs. Just lift up the chest, lower belly is lifting off as best as you can from that front thigh. Reach the arms back. My right leg is now straightening finding stability to help me. Inhale, reach up, crescent lunge. So we'll sink in here. Right leg is strong in the back. One more inhale. Exhale, release the right hand to your mat, twist to your left. Left arm reaches up, lean back into the twist. Release the hand down, step back, plank pose. You can also go straight back to downward facing dog and wait there. Release down, chaturanga, or go all the way down and lift up for cobra, or chaturanga, push up into the hands for an upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's stay for 3 breaths. In your downward facing dog, just connect back in there to that deep diaphragmatic breath. Okay. One more downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg and back. Tuck your right knee into the chest. Hug it in. Inhale, extend back, 3-legged dog. Tuck your knee into your chest. Hug it up. Inhale, extend. This time, tuck your right knee into the chest. Step your right foot up between the hands. Pivot your full left foot down. We'll have a heel to arch alignment in the feet. Rise up for warrior 2. Settle into this warrior pose. A few pulses possibly in that right leg. Reach outwards with the hands and relax the shoulders. Reverse the warrior, right arm up and back. Good. Come on up, back to warrior 2. Reach forward. Place your right hand either in the inside of your right leg, or that forearm can come onto your right knee. Now a block can be placed underneath your right hand here as well. The left arm goes up, then reaches over the side of the head for extended side angle. And so as I breathe, I can kind of test my ability to get deeper into this lunge. I'm rotating upwards just a bit more. Okay, with strong legs, rise up, warrior 2. Wield the hands down. Step back, either downward facing dog or from your high plank, chaturanga, either cobra or upward facing dog. And draw the shoulder heads back, open the heart, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg and back. Tuck your knee to your chest. Hug it in. Inhale, extend back, long. Tuck your knee into your chest. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Step your left foot up between the hands. Warrior 2, so pivoting the full right foot down. Wheel arms open. Warrior 2. Good. Pulse a little bit. Relax the shoulders. Maybe wiggle the fingers. We draw the lower belly in. Tailbone is reaching just straight downwards. Reverse the warrior. Left arm up and back. You can sink it nice and low into that front left thigh. Inhale, back up. Warrior 2. Reach forward, either forearm to that knee, hand down to the block or mat inside of your left foot. Right arm is up. Reach up. Now, bring your right hand up and over the side of the head. Okay, my torso is rotating now upwards to the right, looking up to the ceiling. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, release the hands down. Vinyasa here. Lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we'll stay here in our downward facing dog for at least 2 deep rounds of breath. This is where we, once again, just check in with our stability, mindfulness of thoughts and stillness, hopefully becoming more centered and focused right here in our practice. Inhale, lifting the right leg and back. Step your right foot up between the hands. Pivot your left foot down. Wheel on up for warrior two. I'm going to bring my block. Have it handy. We'll be using this for a triangle pose. Reverse warrior first in from your warrior two. Right arm goes up and back. Come on up, warrior two. Straighten into your right leg. Step the left foot up to shorten your stance a bit. Okay? Look at your right hand. Reach forward. Right hand comes down to the outside edge of the foot, either on the block or your mat. You can also just place it right here on your shin. Left arm goes straight up towards the ceiling. Like we did earlier in that twist while reaching up, let's really open. Can you lean back into the Trikonasana, keeping your legs stable and strong for support as you lean back. Okay, now soften a little bit into that front leg, rise up, and we're going to pivot ourselves into a low lunge facing the front of the mat. We'll take that twist to the right, so right arm reaches up, left hand is planted. You could stay right here or side plank. Come onto the outside edge of your left foot. Lift the hips up, either stacking the feet or one foot could stagger in front of the arm or in front of the other, your choice. Exhale, release down, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg and back. Step your left foot up between the hands. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior, left arm up and back. Come back on up, reach out, straighten into your left leg, step the right foot in just a bit, shortening the stance. I'm turning my hips now so they're along and facing the side of the mat. Reach forward with your left arm, bring your hand down to shin, block, or mat to the outside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up. We stabilize the lower legs by hugging them in, toning the front and back leg. When we do that, we can add more expansiveness as we reach up, possibly lean back. Okay. Soften just a little bit into that left leg, rise up to stand. Wheel the hands down, low lunge facing the front of your mat. Plant your right hand, twist to your left, stay right here if that just feels good, or if you'd like a little challenge, we step into a side plank. We're on the outside edge now of the right foot, lifting the hips strongly. Exhale, release. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look to your hands. We'll step or hop the feet to the tree pose. We'll begin with standing on our left leg. Bring your right foot up to the inside of your left thigh. Okay. Another option here is to just kickstand, so your heel is on the inside of that left ankle. You can even place your foot next to your calf. So this is that stability pose. Okay, we find stability. Okay, we want to lift up and get strong in the left leg. Draw the left hip in. You can now reach the arms up in our tree pose. And lower belly is drawing inwards. Relax the shoulders. Your gaze should be soft with calm and grace. And slowly release. Switching sides, you can now place we'll stand on the right leg this time. Again, your version, you might want to try it a different way this time. Our right and left sides can be different, sometimes stronger, sometimes not. So here, to get that balance, find a focal point. We have this drishti, it's a soft focus. And the breath is full and deep. Release the arms upwards towards the ceiling. And then bring the hands to heart center. Release your feet down onto your mats. Good. Relax the arms along the side in your Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And step it back to downward facing dog. Here you can choose to vinyasa here. That's plank to chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Inhale, reach the right leg and back. Step your right foot up between the hands. Warrior two once again. So our feet are aligned and like we're stepping on one ski, reaching arms up, open up. Turn now to the side of your mat. Take hold of your hips with your hands. Open the chest, squeeze the elbows together, look upwards. Exhale, forward fold. Release the hands down and just place them down on your mat. And they can be the fingertips in line with your feet, your toes, or they can be placed on a block if it's hard to fold this deeply. And just remember, our bodies are all very different in all the poses. Some of us can go deeper than others. Some of us are more flexible in one area or the other. And then we'll come up to straight arms. Good. Pivot your left foot to the back of your mat. We'll find warrior two on the left leg. Wheel the arms open. Open up here. Straighten into the left leg. Shorten your stance. Triangle pose. Reach forward. So you might not have your block handy, so just possibly you're just placing your left hand on your ankle or your shin. Right arm is reaching up and over. Then pivot yourself now into low lunge facing the back of your mat. Push off your right leg, forward fold. And we're in a standing split. Right leg is lifted, left leg is strong. Tuck your right knee in to the other left knee. Squat a bit into your left leg to find stability. As you stand up, bring your right knee with you. So we're interlacing our hands in front of that right knee. If you're wobbly, that is just fine. That's part of the transition. Just find your stability wherever that is. Maybe you're just interlacing your hands here in front of your knee. Place your left hand, if you'd like to go a little further, on your left hip. Interlace or wrap your front big toe with your right hand, your peace sign fingers. Okay, extended Padangusthasana, or hand to big toe. We're going to extend our right leg outwards in front to begin. Left arm can reach out to the side. Open the leg out to the right. And again, these are all suggestions. Soften your gaze. And the more we do these poses, the more stability we gain as well. And then bring our foot back in. We'll step that right foot back, find warrior two. Open the arms out. Pivot yourself into a wide-legged stance. This time, interlace your hands behind your back, open the chest. Exhale, release yourself down to your mat. Hands can reach upward behind you. Release the hands fully down. Come to a half lift. Pivot your right toes to the front of your mat again. Wheel the arms up. Warrior two, facing the right. Into the right thigh. We're lunging. Straighten into the right leg. Step your left foot in a bit. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reaching an arm forward. Placing the hand on the shin or the outside of the foot. Pivot yourself down to a low lunge. Kick up off that left leg behind you. Forward fold into a standing split. Bring your left knee in. It's in line with your right knee. Bend and squat just a little bit into your right leg. Rise up carefully. The slower you go, the more success you'll have. Interlace your hands in front of your left knee. So I'm finding stability in my pelvis and drawing the left hip downward and in. Good. Stay right here, or right hand on your right hip. Peace sign fingers around your big toe and your left foot, and extend your left leg. Okay, you can reach out with the right arm, open that left foot to the side. Bring yourself back in to the midline, release, and now just place both feet down next to each other in the front of your mat. Arms along the side. One last vinyasa here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Step back to plank pose, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, or cobra, which is that lower lift of the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come onto your knees and then onto your belly. Locust pose. This is just a nice little back bend. Okay, arms along the side. We'll begin with our forehead downwards. Inhale, lift the chest, then the legs. Let's take 2 breaths here. Exhale, release. For this next back bend, you can go into a Dhanurasana or bow pose, or take that first locust pose. Dhanurasana is taking hold of the tops of the feet. Inhale, we lift, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push the feet into the hands, and breathe. We never hold our breaths. We breathe right through it. Exhale, release. Good, place a cheek on your mat. Okay, come on up to your hands and knees. Okay, we'll come into tabletop. Bring your knees fully together. Pivot your shins off to the right side. So this is another place where you can sit on your blanket. But we sit the hips off to the side of the feet. So you're on the left side of the feet. And we'll be twisting to the left. So inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist to your left. And then come back to your hands and knees. We'll switch sides. So from tabletop, knees are back together. Swivel the shins off to your left. Good. Sink your hips down either onto that blanket off to the right or onto the mat. Twisting now to the right. Inhale, lift the chest, elongate spine. Exhale as you twist to the right. Good. With every inhale, we sit up taller. Every exhale, deepen into the twist. And then we will come out, unwind out of your twist. Place the balls of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. You can scooch up a little bit here. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, lean forward. We'll lean with the heart rather than round into the back. Rather than really forcing the knees to go open, can you use just the weight of gravity to let the knees open up? A really nice hip opener here. Okay, relax into the jaw and your shoulders. We soften the eyes as they close. Inhale, rise on up back to seated. Come and bring your knees together. Come on all the way to your backs. Draw your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Happy baby, one last pose. Taking hold of the opposite edges of the feet, the edge of the feet. You can also just reach for the outsides of your shins. Draw your knees now downwards towards the sides of the body. And then release. Okay. Extend your legs out and we'll move into Shavasana, taking anything that you need along with you for Shavasana. A nice prop to have underneath the legs and the knees is a blanket. If you have a bolster or pillow at home, that's even better. And begin to settle into your breath. Relax backwards into the body. So just feel the shoulder blades just melt into the upper back. Everything is releasing. And as you settle into Shavasana, I encourage you to stay here for 5 minutes or as long as you'd like. Remember your intention of finding grace and ease and balance within our bodies. And the more still and grounded and centered we can create within the mind, that goes right into our bodies as we respond to that feeling and grace of thought. So, namaste, and we'll hope to see you soon again.